This is the second pilot watch I've gotten on the channel from Wise. The first one, I found quite a few things which, for me, they didn't work. Design elements, design choices, and I shared that in a video, in the review. And now they've gone and designed the classic Type B pilot style watch. And I got to tell you guys, the experience from this watch to that watch has been completely different. As you can see, the layout on this dial is very purposeful, and that case profile is extremely thin, and it wears incredibly well. Now, after wearing this watch for a week, there's not really much to say negative about it. There's pretty much one area which I found that could potentially offer room for improvement, and that's really only if you're nitpicking. And I'm going to share that with you guys. Now, you saw the pop-up. Wise has sponsored this video, so I will of course leave a link in the description section. If this or any of their watches interest you, feel free to check them out. And diving straight into the specs of the watch, I measure a case diameter of 39.5 and a case height of 10.6. That lug to lug is 46.9 with a lug width of 20. Now, the watch offers a 6.9mm signed screw down crown, and it also features 100 meters of water resistance, and the total weight on the leather strap comes in at exactly 69 grams. Now, before you go and ask me about that leather strap, it's not the original one that comes on the watch. I've swapped it out. It's a generic leather strap. I don't even have the brand name of it. It's basically something I had lying around for a couple of years, and I looked at the colorway and I thought, gee, this would suit really well. So I've swapped out the original. The original strap itself, as you can see, it's a Crazy Horse grey leather, decent bolstering, nice stitching. So it does work very well. I don't have an issue with it, but I decided to swap it out nonetheless. But getting back onto this watch, as you can see, the wearability, that lug to lug of 46.9 wears well, but that case height is wonderful. 10.6mm, and it seems to fit and hug the wrist really nicely. I think strap-wise, it's a type of watch you could pretty much marry up with anything. Again, here I've got it on a generic Bund strap, no name, no brand, it's just a strap I had lying around, and it seems to work. Classic pilot style look. Or for a more waterproof option, I've placed it on this hybrid strap from Artem, and I think it works really well. It just seems to, you can pretty much do anything with this watch head. It's neutral, it's got a nice orange accent, and I thought it really matches up well with strap choices. So I've just given you a couple of examples so you can see. Now, turning that watch over, you can see there's a solid caseback. And behind that caseback is, strangely enough, it's a Miyota 9015. However, there is no ghost position. So it's obviously been modified, single click, and it hacks. So there is no ghost position. And the reason I know it's a 9015, because I've actually looked behind, I've opened the case back and had a look inside, and on the rotor it says 9015. So just sharing that with you guys. And speaking of that crown, you can see the winding experience is beautiful. That crown is lovely. For a pilot's watch, it's a 6.9, almost 7mm. The latch down experience is buttery smooth. You've got your 100 meters of water resistance, and away you go. Now, if I turn my attention to the lume of the watch, it features Swiss Superluminova BGW9. It's very clean and evenly applied, and for a pilot style watch, I have zero complaints, zero issues here. I've seen divers' watches that don't have lume as good as this, so in that department, again, it's doing really well. Now, there's always watches that have gripes or room for improvement, and even with this one, the Flyboy, for me personally, there's two things that I think that could have made this watch absolutely superb, pretty much perfect. And as we know, the prerequisite for a pilot's watch is being able to read it easily at a glance. And with the monotone nature of this dial and the silver handset, sometimes you have to look twice in certain lighting scenarios. Now, for me, it's an easy fix. Either a black handset for increased legibility or a black center section that will produce the same result. Now, that said, the center section, you notice it's grey, but if you turn it on different angles, it actually changes color. So you can see there, it's dark, it's light. It's dark, it's light. So in that regard, I'm happy with what they've done. That's actually quite ingenious. It's got some vertical brushing, and it polarizes the light in a particular way. So you do get, that's the look I would have preferred. That's how I would have loved to see this. Exactly like that. Or like that, but with a black handset. Either way, for me, it works. But they've pretty much done the best of both worlds by giving you a center section that changes. And in saying that, there are different colorways. If you look at their website, there are different colorways on their website of this particular watch. So if you're really concerned about legibility and you're a stickler, there are some choices for you to choose from. And I really don't have any other gripes with this watch, guys. I really don't. I've been experiencing it on the wrist. It's been such a joy. It's been a real easy experience. Extremely easy to wear at that case height of 10.6. My only concern was, like I mentioned, I opened the case back because on their website it says 9 series Miyota automatic, and I thought, well, it's probably a 9039 proper no date, but it's not. It's a 9015. So they've obviously modified the movement, taken the date wheel out, removed the ghost date position, and the result, it works a treat. So hit me up in the comments, guys. Let me know what you think of this brand new Wise Flyboy Type B. I've enjoyed it a lot more than the first Flyboy. I think it's more purposeful. It's more classically designed, and it seems to integrate really well with so many different types of straps. And looking at that orange tip on the second hand on this watch, you could potentially even go something with orange accents or even a full orange strap. So thanks for watching, guys. The brand new Wise Flyboy Type B. As I mentioned, I'll leave the links in the description if you're keen. Check them out. Be well, be safe, continue to enjoy the hobby, and we'll see you in the next one.